Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Eureka Springs channel. I'm Melody, your host, and we're coming to you live from Eureka Springs, Arkansas. Eureka Springs channel, if this is your first time watching us, we appreciate you joining us live. And Eureka Springs channel is here to celebrate all the good people, the good places, and the good news that's coming from Eureka Springs, Arkansas. Eureka Springs, Arkansas is home to a lot of talent. Oh my goodness, we have artists and writers and oh my gosh, every creative that you can imagine lives and works and plays here in Eureka Springs. And I'm so excited to be able to showcase one of those individuals that I just got a little birdie in my ear told me that someone else has written a book here in Eureka Springs. We have a lot of great authors here. And I wanted to showcase her today. So you guys would welcome to the screen. This is Miss Ruth. This is Miss Ruth Mitchell. If you guys will welcome her.
Hey, Melody, how are you?
I'm great. After having a great afternoon, great fall day here in Eureka.
Yes,
have you been able to get out and see all the leaves?
The color is incredible. I've been out the last couple days. It's just wonderful right now, and cool mornings and pleasant afternoons. It's great.
It is a beautiful time. And I guess, for as a creative, do you find that the weather, the beauty of Eureka Springs inspires you in your writing at all?
Absolutely. I'm facing the window to my backyard, and I often see deer in the yard. So absolutely. Your environment is what inspires you always.
So I guess first of all, I want to tell everybody a little bit about yourself, if you don't mind. Who is Ruth Mitchell? And
oh my,
tell us who you are. Give me the scoop.
The scoop. So I was talking to an old friend today, and they were saying they wish they'd taken more risk in their life. And so I was thinking, gee, I wish I hadn't taken quite so many. It's kind of been a big adventure, but it's been a lot of fun. My husband and I and our two dachshunds moved here about 3 years ago. We have both lived in Arkansas most of our lives, but we did a short stint out in Colorado, and we wanted to come back to Arkansas. So this is the place. We honeymooned in Eureka just like a million other people, and we came back every year almost for a long time. And so we got the opportunity to come back for good, and we just love it.
So you have found home.
Yes.
Well, we're so glad that you did. You're like you said, millions of other people who've come here, honeymoon, have a wedding here, a honeymoon here, and then end up moving here. We have a way of just getting in people's heads. People can't quit us. Yeah. I love that. And
it's a place where you can be yourself and not stand out necessarily. There's just so many wonderful characters here, and it just feels comfortable.
So, speaking of characters, I guess do you pull from your daily life for the character? Well, first of all, let's go back a bit. You've written a book, so let's talk about that. The name of the book
is Beyond: A Tale of Discovery on the Other Side of Life, and the cover was created by local artist Lorna Trigg, who's a mentor, a yogi teacher, a pottery teacher. She's so very talented and inspiring, and she did the cover, and it's beautiful, and I love it. It is a beautiful
cover. Show us again the cover. Put it back up there and hold it just a moment there, right in the center, so people can see.
Wonderful?
So that looks like a wolf or a dog on the front.
That is a white German Shepherd.
Love it.
And a woman's face, and we have a haunted hotel in the background. And this book tells about the Crescent Hotel, but the Crescent Hotel is inspired by our local hotel, but this one is placed in San Francisco. And the white German Shepherd is named Cloud, and he can see ghosts. And it's a real fun adventure with romance and intrigue and mystery and people evolving. So the main character, the main protagonist, is a woman, and she lives in this haunted hotel, and she meets and falls in love with a man who's a ghost hunter. And through the use of artificial intelligence, they create software where they can. So because Cloud can see the ghosts, using artificial intelligence, people can see the ghosts because they put a headset on them and they have the software. And so on the computer screen, you can see the ghosts. So it's the first time in history that ghosts have been seen by people. And so dogs, not all dogs, but in my story, some dogs can see ghosts. And it's just a lot of fun. It's kind of a crazy, goofy story, a lot of twists and turns. And some of the biggest compliments to me in the story in reviews are people say, I didn't know where it was going. And I like that. You know, you hate to bother to read a story and you go, well, I know what's coming next. It's just no fun. Right. So this is a lot of surprises in it. And I don't know. It's not my first novel. It's my second novel. I've been writing all my life. So it's just, it feels good.
Now, did you have a encounter with a ghost yourself? Is this part of what inspired this story? Well,
at one time in my life, I was ultra sensitive to spirits. I'm not, because I really had a bad experience, and I said, I'm done. I'm shutting that down. I'm not that person. So yes, I have experienced that in my life. Yes.
So the ghosts in the story, are they good ghosts or bad ghosts? Or,
well, some are good. Most of them are good. There's a couple evil ones, and the focus is on Laura inherited this hotel from her grandmother, and her grandmother kept the secret. I'm not going to tell too much.
Don't tell too much.
Of who the grandfather was, and this secret is discovered through these technological advances, and that's kind of cool. Yeah.
So at the end of the day, after having read your book, what will I feel at the end of reading your book?
I think you'll feel like you've been on an adventure and that you've learned a little something. You've been entertained, and your mind has been stretched a little bit. Those are all the things I like to feel after I read a book. You know, the memorable ones change you. And I think this one will do that for most people. Not, you know, everybody has their own personal taste in books, but I really think a lot of people are going to enjoy this.
Well, it sounds like it has a lot of great ways to escape our reality as it is today. I mean, everybody needs a little something to transport us.
It is.
And so this book sounds like it might be a little, like you said, otherworldly. To escape into that reality. Have you had some other people who have read your book and given what are people saying about your book?
The reviews have been awesome. I'm just tickled, and I wanted to tell you one other thing about the book. It has recently been put into Audible form, and I just lucked into this wonderful woman. She's from San Francisco. She's an opera singer, Hannah First. And she's a vocalist, professional vocalist, and she read the book, I think, and turned it into an Audible version, and it's absolutely amazing. She's so talented, and it's so interesting to hear it.
I actually love to do Audible books, so sometimes, especially if I'm going to do a road trip, I'll always do an Audible book to listen going down the road.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I can set you up.
Yes. And so you said this is your second book.
Yes.
What is the name of your other book?
Well, actually, I've written several other books, but this is my second novel. I wrote a history textbook called Arkansas Heritage for grade school kids in Arkansas. I did that many years ago, and it was adopted by the state in the schools for 10 years.
Okay.
And I've written another book called Living Happy, Joyous, and Free. That's sort of a self-help book, and that's been very popular. I also wrote, my first novel was White Oak, which is really based on Eureka Springs quite a bit.
Okay.
So,
have you any of your friends claim to be recognizing themselves in your novels?
Nah.
You changed it just enough, I'm sure, right?
I'm too clever for that.
You're too clever for that. Well, where do people purchase your book? Where can we do that?
Well, in Eureka, it is at the local bookstore, and you can get it from me. But the best place I recommend at this time is Amazon. You just type in Beyond by Ruth Mitchell, and it will come up. And it's so simple. And my author page is on Amazon, so you know, if you want to connect in that way, that's great. I'm on Goodreads, and I have a blog on Goodreads, so Facebook and Instagram. So Ruth Mitchell, author.
Ruth
Very
Mitchell,
easy to
author.
find.
Yes, you are. So, I mean, I guess after having the success of this book, do you plan on continuing this adventure?
Yes, absolutely.
Sequel to this book, or perhaps something
No,
new?
that's a good way to sell books, but I'm not interested in that. I've got so many years left to live, and there's so many things I want to do. Right now, I'm working on The Two Moons of Mirth, and it is placed on the planet Mirth, and it's got a lot of women's issues in it. It's sort of a saga, multiple generations of the royal family of Mirth, and it's really fun. So
this is exciting for you. Yeah, I love that you are continuing down telling the stories. I mean, do you find that your inspiration for your stories has evolved over the years? You, as an author, obviously you've been in academia. What made you decide to get into doing fiction?
That tickles me. You think I was in academia?
Well, I mean, just heard the school. I heard the school thing, so maybe I just related it that correctly.
I'm really far from that. I had a lot of professional history professors help me with that. Okay. No, I've always wanted to write fiction. It's hard to pay the bills with fiction, so now in this time in my life, it's a go for it. But what was your question?
I was just thinking about you've got two novels. I guess everybody feels differently at different parts in their life as they did. Like 10 years ago, I can talk to an author and say 10 years ago I was kind of in this vein of thinking, and now I'm here in this vein of thinking. Your two books seem to be very spiritual in nature, connecting. I
like that, to hear that. I try to be a spiritual being. Yes, I do. I like to hear. That's wonderful. Sometimes you learn about yourself from others, so I like that.
Well, I can't wait to get my hands on the book. I'm excited about reading it. So locally, I can get it then at a bookstore, or see you, or connect with you on Gazebo Books, or connect with you somehow. And then if I can't find you, I'll get on Amazon and get one.
Sure.
So let's see. Someone did ask the question. Penny says, "Will Gazebo Books have our book?" Yes, Penny. That she said that it is at Gazebo Books, so you can stop by Gazebo Books and pick up a book there. Are the books at the Gazebo Books signed, Ruth? Or...
I think so. I can't even remember, but I'm glad to sign it.
All right. Well, Penny, if you want a signed book, you get in touch with Ruth. I bet you she'll hook you up and sign your book for you. So I guess for folks that are maybe watching us, if you have any other questions for Ruth, or if you happen to watch us on replay, if you have a comment about Ruth's book or a question, be sure and write it in the comments below, and I'm sure Ruth will keep an eye out on this thread for the next few days and get to your questions, perhaps. Ruth, I guess there is an activity coming up where we are celebrating the local artists coming up at the community center. Is that correct? And you were going to be there?
I'm glad you reminded me. December 4th from 10 to 2, the Eureka Springs Community Center on 44 Kings Highway. There will be a number of local authors, and we're all reading from our books, and it's sponsored by the Dairy Hollow House. And I also wanted to share with you this anthology that the Dairy Hollow Writers Colony has just put out. It's I'm in it. I'm one tiny little part of it.
You're one in there? Okay, you're in there. Awesome.
But authors are in here, and this book goes to help raise funds for the Dairy Hollow House. So
love that. Yeah. They're a fantastic organization. I truly believe in their mission and the difference that they're making in so many people's lives there. Mm-hmm. And you are in the book, on the little Echo book? Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. All right. And so you'll be at the community center on December the 4th, along with a lot of other local authors. And so there's another opportunity, guys. If you would like to purchase Ruth's book, she'll be there. And I'm sure you'll be signing those books at that particular event. So that's excellent. So Ruth, we appreciate you joining us today. I wish you much continued success with your book. It sounds like it's off to a grand start. And congratulations being on Amazon and having the exposure there. And thank you for taking us to other worlds.
You bet.
I'm excited to read the book, and can't wait to see what you do next. And keep us informed about what you've got going on. We want to keep up with what you're doing, and we want to celebrate you. We are always inspired by our local artists and talent that lives here. It is sort of a magical place to live here, and I really think that the topography, the beauty, the spiritualism, the energy of our town really does inspire us, and I think we feed off each other, and we appreciate you keeping things positive and keeping things creative going.
You betcha. Well, thank you so much for talking to me.
Thanks, Ruth. Good luck. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.
All right, so Ruth Mitchell, local author. You can see her in person on December the 4th at the Eureka Springs Community Center for the local authors book fair. And you can also get her books on Amazon. So thank you for watching us, and thank you for helping us celebrate all of the good people, the good places, and the good news. Be sure and tell Ruth that you saw her here on Eureka Springs channel, and give her a big old hug, and sincere congratulations for a successful launch of her wonderful book, Beyond. We're excited for her. Thank you for watching us live, and we will see you again tomorrow for another broadcast. You can't miss us. Be sure and tune us in at 2 o'clock and watch us. Thanks again for watching us, and you guys have a wonderful fall afternoon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.